Shorty's ass, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't remember that hardcore poster. That was up there with the slam posters, you feel me? All the niggas dunking and they had that motherfucker from her. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl CoCoLoso. Welcome to CoCoLosoSays.com, Chicago's top blog spot for all things hip-hop culture. We are sitting here with the man of the hour, Mr. YP, or Backwood Jones.
Either one. Either one is cool with me. I don't man. It ain't no like you know I'm Clark Kent and then Superman. I go in the booth or something like that. No, it's the same person. They know I just love Backwood, and so it's just it became a name that is mine. But hey, whatever name you know me from, whether it's my government, rap stage, whatever it is, you know, my moms know them all, so it's cool.
Right. So YP, what does YP stand for?
It stands for your problem. It used to have like a real like lame meaning when I first started. Well, I ain't gonna say it's lame, but you know when you first start out, you know you become an entertainer or whatever. If somebody didn't necessarily give you like, if you didn't know what your name was gonna be at that particular time, you just see what's out. And so I had the name Young Prince for like, I want to say literally it was like 2 months, and there was a dude out at the time in Chicago. He had the same exact name. He had a joint on the radio. Matter of fact, it was like Kool-Aid and something. But it was, anyway, like when I found that out, I just switched it up, just abbreviated it. And then it just took on its own meaning. You know what I'm saying? I did like a Yo Problem, like clothing line. Like not too long
I remember that, yeah. I think that's when I first noticed you. Yeah. From that, yeah.
I hope I was good in fashion. I hope I was good. I had t-shirts. I know everybody else got jackets and embroidered stuff. I ain't that dope.
So, as far as your songwriting process, what's the process for YP as well as Backwood Jones?
Yeah, it's really no difference in regards to like how I write them. Like I don't go at each song and be like, well, this one sounds like a YP song, this one sounds like a Backwood Jones song. I feel as though like they're the same person. Right. So it's like the process is pretty much just the same. Like I don't have a set like certain style of beats I like to hear. I just tell even producers like just send me good music.
Right.
So if I'm somewhere at the crib, I'm getting high, I got my Hennessy next to me, and if I like a certain beat, then that's just how we gonna go at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like not no, I don't know, no special ritual. You feel me? Like I stretch 10 times before I go, and it's just, you know, if I like it, I might end up from whatever time at night I may listen to the beat. It may be 12 hours later, and I may still be with my headphones on listening to that same beat.
Okay, so like, what are your studio essentials?
Essentials for a studio session for me would be, of course, some backwoods, preferably none of that mild ass smoke that they've been having outside for the past like 3 months, 4 months, where everybody's, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. None of that mild shit. And basically just my notepad or my phone and my engineer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a dude who need like a studio session with like 30 guys and y'all gotta let me know if y'all like this song. I don't even make songs for you niggas anyway.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, it's my therapy. You know what I'm saying? So I just need myself and I guess my feelings, and then I get to it. As long as I got some woods, I'm straight.
Period. Okay, so what do you say helps you connect with your fans or your audience, like musically?
I think what connect me to my fans is like my relatability. Like when people listen to my music, it's not like outside the realm, like, you know, to where like we just over stunting what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that. Like, so I feel like I want my career always to be like the verse that M did at the end of 8 Mile, where he let you know like, yeah, dude did fuck my girl. Yeah, I do stay in the trailer park with my mom. So, but you know what I'm saying? At the same token, he still was there with enough confidence to let a nigga know I'm still the best. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's kind of, well, ain't no kind of, that's how I want my stuff to be, you know what I'm saying, perceived as. Like, basically, I laid it all out on the line. So I feel like people like can speak to me about what they really know has been about me, as opposed to being like, damn, I remember that song was dope and we was jamming. Like, nah, I necessarily feel like what I got personal to say.
Right. Okay, so one of my favorite records of yours is your Dear Life song. And like that song, it pretty much like give a timeline of, you know, as far as your music and you getting signed and all that. And another point in the song you kind of spoke on was like the loss of your son. You know, I don't know how emotional that is for you, but like when you recorded that, like did you have trouble recording that, or like how was that process?
Recording the song wasn't as hard as it was writing it. Like writing it, when my son is a touchy subject, and so to the point where it's like I never want to use our tragedy as a crutch to help my career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I said, what I go through is therapy though. You know what I'm saying? So like for me to write those couple lines in regards to him, like that was therapeutic for me in itself. I don't like to speak too much, you know what I'm saying? More only because like I had to go, that was the darkest point in my life. But recording it is just, it's wild. I was just like at my I recorded it in 2 different places.
Okay.
Well, I wrote it in 2 different places. In Atlanta and in LA. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I was kinda like at my, I don't know, I was at a point where I felt like in order for me to do music again, you know what I'm saying, after the tragedy, was to make sure I gave somewhat of a timeline of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there was so many people that had questions, or they had their opinions on something that they knew nothing to fuck what the fuck they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like I would go ahead and give the entire truth of the situation and let people just assess it from there. Like, either you fuck with it or you don't. Meanwhile, it helped me like write what I was feeling, you know what I'm saying, and going through during that time. Like it was hard, but recording it though, it felt like it was satisfying. You know what I'm saying? Like it just felt like I was getting a bunch off my chest that I felt like it was like frustrating me. I felt like the voices were louder than the person. You know what I'm saying?
You could kind of hear that in the song. Like you can feel the emotion through that music, like through that record. You can feel it. Like that's why I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, this nigga be going crazy. Like when I feel like you can feel music, that's when I say like, okay, you got some damn good music.
That's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about a feel. You know what I'm saying? Not what you think's supposed to be going on.
So you also talked about like your deal or whatever. So like, what's the status of that today? Like, are you still signed or like?
Nah, I'm not signed anymore. That deal was crazy. It was well, it wasn't crazy. It was dope though. I remember I was hearing all kind of shit. People were saying I bought a deal for. Yeah, what for the records? You can't buy a check, my nigga. Like,
it don't even make sense.
Right,
to
you can't buy a check, fam. I got a check. I gave the majority of the shit to my mom. But anyway, like, I just remember when I got signed. It was a producer I was rocking with, and still rocking with to this day. His name is Extreme, and I did this record called "Who I Be," this clap record or whatever, and it had made its way to my A&R. At Universal, and that was like one of the very first projects he had presented at the beginning of 2012. So I got signed February. My son was born on February 12th, 2014. I was signed February 15th, 2012.
Right.
And then like our whole responsibility was like do this like album for them or whatever. So I moved out there. And I recorded a entire album. Like at the time, I was doing this No Sleep series. So the album I recorded for them was called Insomnia. Shit never came out. I got it done on my computer, and I own it out. But anyway, like, I remember what I was doing was fulfilling that obligation in regards to recording the record for them. And then at just some point, shit, they just stopped paying for flights. You feel me? They was like, shit, we going in a whole nother direction. And they had a couple people. They had a couple artists at the time. It was me, this dude from New York, Nelly and Kelly Rowland. And then they like just ceased the urban department and went back to doing what they was doing beforehand with Cash Money and shit. I mean, which was fine. They never stopped that ever. Never will. But like I feel like that was like they just whole thought process was like, all right, cool, this may be a lot of leg work and we don't want to rock with them, so cool was an amicable split. Like, you go your way, we go out, you know, we go our way, you don't owe us nothing, you know, and we don't owe you nothing. So like I understood that and I was cool with it, but at the same time it's like, all right, cool, well now it's back to square one. Like I come back to the crib, like, you know, I got a check, but we've been running through the check, we've been playing, you know what I'm saying? Because we thinking that's supposed to be some extra shit. It's just not thinking, it's being young and dumb. But it wasn't no problem, like I wasn't all the way fucked up. But anyway, I just come home, and then that's when I found out that I was gonna have my baby right after that. But so it was no time for me to like care about the whole label situation. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, cool. Well, what I'm gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna knock out as many tapes as I possibly can, knock out as much material as I can, and make me some noise and trying to get another situation.
Right. Yeah, it's only right. So, from your perspective, do you feel it's better as an artist to be independent or signed?
It depends on the person.
Right.
As an artist, it depends on what you want to do, what leg work, how lazy you are or how lazy you aren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as of right now, I feel like an independent artist is so dope for you to be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you to have your team together, because there's so many different bags you can get to. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays is branding is huge. You know, so excuse me, but like, so basically, like, whatever you represent, you know, it's so many different bags for you to get to, you know, from different corporations and organizations and whatnot. And I don't know if a person is signed to a major label or in a system that they can necessarily take advantage of all of that right then and there. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on their contract and their situation. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but I feel like no one should ever just shun a system if the system can help you. If you can help, if the system can help your situation. My granny used to always tell me it's a difference between using somebody and misusing somebody. You feel me? So you know damn well if they coming for you, that it's something that you got that they can benefit off of. So all right, cool. Find out how the hell can you benefit off whatever it is that they got, and make it work to your advantage. That's why I just never been one of them artists that like shun major labels. I know you may not necessarily need their services right then and there. You feel me? And it's a bag you can get to without them. But at the same token, I bet you if they come away, you know, a couple M's in your face that you didn't touch beforehand, you know. But like that's why it come down to anybody's. That's why it comes down to basically the individual. You know what I'm saying? And your success and what you deem is successful and what you need.
Okay, so you pretty much have some well-established relationships with a lot of like bigger name artists in the industry. Rocky Fresh, Nas, Q-Tip, just to name a few. Like, how did those relationships come about? And just to hear those people like speak on your name so highly, like, how does that feel?
Well, the relationships came about because, well, each person they all got different stories. But I'm just a firm believer that, like, character overrides pocket amount. You feel me? Like, so, dollar amount, excuse me. So it's like, you know, whether I had 20,000 in my pocket to blow that day or 20 pennies, I was the same person. You know what I'm saying? When somebody met me. So it's like, it ain't gonna change with me. And niggas always know where talent is. I'm not a cocky motherfucker, but I'm extremely confident in what it is that I do. So people understand that. It's just like whatever field it is that you in, and you may see somebody who does something similar or does what they do too. You know, you have a respect for your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Or not just your opponent, but somebody who's in the same sort of field as you. It take a lot to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure that some people just see it as that, like, all right, cool, I honor how he get down, you know, like, because it's a struggle for everybody, you know. So it's about how you, what kind of person you are, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think that's kind of why my relationships are what they are. I think it's a testament to who I am for me to be able to go to, like, New York, and I got 6-7 people that are ready to pull up on me. I go to LA, the same, you know, Arizona, Atlanta, to Minnesota, to Canada, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like talent, good music travels, you know what I'm saying? And so I wish it was, I hope to God that it continues on, and I hope that it gets even bigger, you know what I'm saying? I want to go to Copenhagen or some shit like that, you know? Hell no, I want to go somewhere.
So as far as like our Chicago music scene, how would you rate it?
How would I rate it? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, or just how I feel about it.
Both. Like how would you rate it, and then like how different is it from when you first start doing music and being on the scene?
Well, when I first started doing music in Chicago, it was like it was like 09. Yeah, 09. And like, or when I first started being on the scene, 09, 2010. And it was totally different from what it is now. I think that it's better now than what it was back then. Like, it was only so many people you knew, only so many blogs, only so many people who was willing to even interview you and speak to you, only so many people who was pushing the culture forward.
Right.
So I feel like, now it's better than what it was. More rappers in Chicago are visible now. Mm-hmm. There are way more directors. You know what I'm saying? It's more. Hell, it's even more singers now. You got female rappers now. Like, I mean, we always had them, but like just to have for it to now be like a conglomerate of them. You know what I'm saying? To where they move on their own. It's like, that's dope as hell. Like, we didn't have that before. So to rate it 1 to 10. I'm gonna give it a number of infinity because it's limitless. It's limitless,
I like that.
Yeah, it's limitless. We can't put a cap on what Chicago is. We got people everywhere using our slang.
Yeah,
everything. So I mean, it's even to the way that I look at the kids that's rapping now. Like, I don't want to call them just kids, like my peers or whatever they is, whatever you want, pupils, whatever the fuck you want to call them, like guys that's rapping as well. And I'm peeping that, like, the influence is coming from the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way it's like some of the videos even now is shot like earlier D Gaines videos.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
crazy.
Niggas in the kitchen, it's 100 people. It's just, you can just tell that the blueprint, whether some want to admit it or not, it comes from the crib. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the sky is not even the limit. We should live it to that and go beyond that. And I think that we can.
Period. So artists, a lot of times I feel, don't look at things as a business perspective. So, like, I feel like they don't. But, okay, my question pretty much is, like, how important do you think it is for artists to promote and brand themselves?
Well, branding and marketing is like the thing. It's like one of the major things that's going on, like, in the industry in regards to, like, rap music now. Like, I think that we've all had brands before, but like, just as a rapper per se, like for myself, I used to just always look at like how dope people was.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool, he cold, man, he can really rap. But you know what kind of set Jay apart from everybody else was like the deals that he was able to do. Yeah. It was the fact that like he was able to use his influence. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To put him in a totally different, like, a whole totally different office, for him to have a totally different deal. Like, I remember one year he had did the jingle for Cherry Coke. The shit, like, it probably did come out. I don't even never remember hearing it. I remember how much he got paid for it though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's him being a brand though. Like, remember he was like, I'm a businessman, not a businessman. You feel me? Let me handle my business. So like, I feel like that's the main thing now. Like I was saying earlier, there's so many different checks you can get to once you a brand, so like look at then Yachty did the thing with Sprite with LeBron. You feel me? That's a quick check for him. Like Drake with Sprite, Drake with Apple, Drake. It's like it's so many different avenues you can go to and dude, I had the privilege to be around Ross through Rocky Fresh over the last couple years, and like, just to see how bro has been taking, and we've had like some conversations where he's even spoke about this though. Like,
right.
He's like, man, the brand is really everything. You look down, my man he's selling hair care products. He don't even have hair. You feel me? It's just the fact that you a brand and you able to step outside and and explore all different avenues. So I think that's like one of the most important factors to being an artist today is like to focus on the brand. Look at it now, like now it's totally different. Like how I just said, I'm like, man, I remember I used to think like, man, all right, cool, this person's dope as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Right. Way before I even see him or anything like that. Now you got so many people now you become Instagram famous before you even drop a song. You know what I'm saying? So then when you drop a song, you automatically got the fanfare because the people are in tune with your brand already. So I see that. I think that that's extremely important. You gotta have a brand. You ain't gotta dilute your brand though.
Yeah.
Don't dilute it. Don't do dumb shit.
So people, and I even catch artists doing this themselves. They put themselves in categories. So do you think that's healthy for artists or to categorize themselves?
No, don't categorize yourself. You leave that up to the people outside to do. That's like people being like, this person's a conscious rapper. This person's a backpack rapper. This is a gangster rapper. No, man, first off, rap is the only form of music where we don't call each other artists.
Right.
They rappers. So this is a down south rapper. This is an East Coast rapper. Like, nah, they just artists, you know what I'm saying? And rap is just the art form. This is just how they interpret the art form. We don't look at art battles going on in Miami right now, right? Now we don't look at all them different paintings and exhibitions and be like, that's like, they might say like that's contemporary art or something like that, but for the most part they're like, oh man, well, that's not good art. You feel me? Like it's for whoever a cup of tea it is. You feel me? Like if that's their taste, then that's what the fuck they on. You know what I'm saying? Like I just hate when people be snobbish to the point where they can put an artist in a category. Gee, you don't even rap.
Right.
You feel me? So how the fuck you gonna tell them how they rapping? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's just how it come off to you and your ear. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just what it is though. I don't never think that as a rapper you should put yourself in a category. Like I learned, I even be seeing some of the new niggas that be rapping and they like, man, I'm not a rapper, G. I'm a street nigga. Alright, bro, well just live in the street then.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, a lot of rappers love to say like, man, I came in the game with rapper money. Well, why the fuck are you rapping? Why? You feel me?
That makes so much sense though.
You don't care about the art, bro.
Yeah.
It's about you trying to finesse and be on stage and shit. You can do that if you got rapper money. I know niggas that be on stages all the time. And you don't know their fucking name or whatever, but they there.
Right.
All the time. Feel me? You ain't got to do a song, nigga, if you already got the money.
It makes sense. Like, why?
Yeah, well, why is you doing it then, bro? I hate niggas that be on that. Boy, I got so much money to these rapping niggas. Like, fam, why the fuck you rapping then? Get the fuck out the way then.
You in the way.
You feel me? Get the fuck out the way. Period. If you really got the cat, you know what I'm saying? Step back, Jack. It's not for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's for niggas who really give a fuck about it.
Okay, so your latest project, Blind Alley. I want to get more into that. So, like, you got any features?
I actually do. I'm not like, it's not heavy. It's not rapper heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got a singer on there, a new kid's named Jerry Larnell. He's dope. You know what I'm saying? I think he's like 19 or 18 maybe, brand new. And like me and Heron, it's 4 songs on the EP. But me and Heron was supposed to be done this a while ago. You know, we just didn't have the time to do it. So the thing was like, once we just thought about it one day, like, man, let's just do an EP. And he was like, man, all right, cool. Well, he only had so long. He was here and I only had so long that I was free, available. So it really took us like 24 hours. Yeah. So one of the first, it was 24 hours. So one of the first songs that we had did, we ended up leaving from one studio and going to the next, so we could have the night. So we went to the next studio, whatever. Shorty was in there. Right. You know, and so he was like, yeah, I've been here all night. And then I was like, man, who is he? I got introduced to him. And Heron told me, like, yeah, he's it. Listen to his music. So we started listening to his joints, and they just blew me away. And I'm like, man, hey, I don't know, you know, if you care or not, but if you could stay, you know what I'm saying, and jump on one of these joints. He said he would be honored, and shit, I was honored to have him. That's what's up. You know, so it was basically my rendition of like coming out. That's like a thing that I got going on right now. So Heron was like the tip of the iceberg for it to happen.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so besides the project, what else you got coming? I seen you was shooting a video with Shauna. How did that go?
It went dope. I was honored to have Shauna. She a legend. Like but for her to like be like, I feel like I got old Shauna on this record. everybody ain't heard it yet, but it's called Love. And like, man, I got RPM shining, like she rapid flow. But my thing has been to just keep hitting people over the head, like with small projects that like can stand the test of somebody's ear. You feel me? Because I know right now, like the attention span, it used to be 15 seconds, then 15 seconds, 15 minutes and 15 seconds, and it's 5 seconds. Now it's like 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and talent got to be seen more than heard. Tail of the tape is gone now. So like my thing is to just, I don't want to hit people over here with EPs and like drown them out with 30 songs on each one. By the time you get to number 6, you done listening to me any fucking way. You feel me? So it's like I want to give them that in dosages, and they all have like essential meaning. Like the first one is Blind Alley, right? And I got this other one that's coming that Tony Baines did. It's actually done, and it's called Unrestricted. And then there's 2 more coming after that, but each one of them is 4 songs on it. So when the 4th one is done, that's 16 basically. That's like a real LP, like an LP, right? Yeah. Meanwhile, they all have a central theme, tunnel vision. Cause that's the only way that I was able to like overcome all the shit that I was going through. You know what I'm saying? For me to just block out everything that was in front of me, everything that was on the sides of me, everything, not give a fuck about what was behind me, and my past or whatever. Just completely know that it's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that I'm going straight for that. You feel me? So I feel as though that I'm not feeling as though I've crafted every situation to basically have that meaning. Like even the video I did with you, you know, like I felt like that even plays towards my theme of tunnel vision, because it's so different. I really had to focus to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I had to focus to make something that would stand out amongst the shit that's going on today. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. It's just not that I don't want to be around what's going on, but you gotta make sure that if you're gonna make your mark, it's gotta be different than everybody else. Yeah. Exactly. Otherwise, you're just the same.
Exactly. Okay, well, thanks so much for sitting down with us. It was a real pleasure to have you. I've been wanting to interview your ass for so long now. I'm glad we finally got out the way.
I just wanted to have something to talk about now, and I think I got a whole lot now, so yeah, it's good to have the interview. I'm glad that you just even expressed interest. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yo. It's Backwood Jones, a.k.a. YP. Yo Problem. And right now, you checking out CoCoLosoSays.com. Make sure you get in tune like a piano. And if you're not in tune, then you're going to be out of tune. And we don't rock with them. Period.